If you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Might be one of the best quotes of all time, but when it comes to endurance racing, there's some smart things that you can do to stand the heat, stay in the kitchen, or in other words, stay in the race and perform at your best. Hi, I am retired professional triathlete TJ Tollakson, CEO of Diamond Bikes, and today we are going to look at the process of acclimating for hot, humid races.
It's so damn hot. Milk was a bad choice.
These races are the biggest challenge to success. We just had Ironman Des Moines in extremely crazy hot, humid conditions, and now many of you might be eyeing participation in the Ironman World Championships in Kona, Hawaii, which is very humid and hot. Hot. So let's dive into it. First, let's talk about why we should heat acclimate and how our body actually works to cool itself. The way your body cools itself, there's a couple different ways, but the best way is sweat, right? So if you take in some sort of fluid, hang on there. If you take in some sort of fluid, you're well hydrated, you will go out and heat and you will start to sweat. That sweat will then evaporate off your body and your body will use that to cool itself. It doesn't have the ability to evaporate in a humid environment like Kona, Hawaii. It will stay on you and do a very poor job of cooling your body. There are several things that we can do in advance to rapidly increase our body's ability to withstand heat and cool ourselves, okay? And the number one thing we can do is acclimate to the heat in advance. So I've got 3 methods that you can use to help improve your ability to perform well in heat. So first, we're gonna look at this one, the ability to acclimate with a sauna or a steam room. Now, I much prefer the steam room to the sauna, namely because we're trying to acclimate to a humid environment and the steam room is humid.
Like a sauna in here, huh?
So if I had to rank them, I would say steam room first, sauna second, infrared sauna last, right? But they will all do the job because it is all still raising your body temperature. Just remember that water, potential energy in water is much greater than potential energy in air. So a humid environment is much more effective. That's why it's much more difficult to race in a humid environment. So down to the process of how we do this. We can, one, finish a regular training session, whatever your training session is for the day. Hydrate as normal. This is one thing that I'm very adamant about. While you're prepping for heat, use your hydration plan that you mapped out. So for me, that's a hot, humid environment. That's 3 24-ounce bottles per hour.
That's a lot.
Yes, you are going to urinate a whole bunch if that's what you do, but you need to do it, you need to get used to it, practice it, you will get better. Finish that training session, go directly into your sauna, steam room, or infrared sauna for 20, I'll say, we can go short as 15 minutes. 15 minutes all the way up to 30 minutes. This is give you enough time to adapt while you're in the sauna or steam room. Hydrate like you would a race. A lot of studies will show you that you should be dry. I disagree because not only are you trying to acclimate to the heat, you're trying to acclimate your stomach to the hydration process, and doing that is as effective as not doing it. So every day you need a minimum of 8 days to make this effective. The ideal would be 11. Okay, 11 days would be ideal. You can do it as much as 3 weeks in advance. Much before that, you're kind of just wasting your energy when you do this. So the next one is called hot water immersion. Okay, this is really kind of unique and it works really well for people who don't have access to a sauna, a steam room, or an infrared sauna. You can acclimate in the bathtub just like you can in a steam room. And again, because the energy in water is so much higher than air, it's super effective, especially for humid environments. And so I would almost recommend hot water immersion over either the sauna prep routes. So the key to this though, man, this gets really crazy. Hot water immersion. Fill your bathtub up with water. You need to lay in the bathtub, lay. all the way up over your neck. Super important, over your neck. And you need to try to keep your hands in the water as much as possible, okay? Now, I'm also recommending that you drink your hydration. So if you are going to do this for a 30-minute period and you're drinking one bottle every 20 minutes, you could set this up. Use the bottles, use a straw, you got this.
Yes, Coach!
How hot? Start out at 104 degrees Fahrenheit. This is hot, okay? This is really hot.
It's a little hot, a movement.
Try to build all the way up to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. This is really hot. That can burn you, okay? So you need to build up because your body will become resistant to this by doing this. So start at 104, add and subtract to try to keep the water level the same and the temperature constant. Because over 30 minutes, if you don't add water, the temperature will drop, it'll be less effective.
So cold.
Do these sessions just like the sauna ones immediately after you train. It's incredibly effective. There are a lot of studies on this, something for you to think about and try to execute. Now, the last one is heat acclimation training. This is probably the one most people do. We all have our pain caves in our basement. I've got mine. You go down there and you do a daily session between 30 and 60 minutes. Keep it aerobic. Don't do interval training on this or hard interval training. It's not the point of this. Crank the temperature in the room. Try to get that at 85 degrees or warmer and try to get the humidity over 70%, okay? How do you do that? Bring a space heater, put the space heater, turn it on, get the room nice and hot, the humidity, put a humidifier in the room, crank it up. The extra humidity in the room will probably make your treadmill belt so slippery you cannot run on it. So, I'm warning you in advance, this is going to be a problem. So try to plan these sessions to do very minimal running, like 2 minutes maybe after you did a 30 to 60 minute bike. These 3 methods for heat acclimating are super effective, but they don't mean anything if you don't nail your nutrition in the first place. So, start with your nutrition, use these 3 methods, sauna, steam room as one, hot water immersion as a second, heat acclimation training as the third. Those are my 3 tips to how to acclimate. We'll get into more specifics of this in another video, but if you have any other questions, let me know, drop some comments. I would love to hear from you. Good luck training, keep cool. If you enjoyed this video, you want to see more of it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I've got all kinds of great Ironman tips on training, nutrition, racing, amazing content. I would love for you to join me on this journey. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check it out every week.